Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the U.
Welcome to the U.
Welcome to Convocation and Welcome Week.
Welcome to Convocation and Welcome Week.
Welcome to Convocation and Welcome Week.
Class of 2022, your college career begins now. As a class, you are many things. Artists, athletes, volunteers, musicians, writers, dreamers, explorers, performers, scientists, scholars, travelers, and leaders. You come from different backgrounds and have diverse life experiences, which makes our university community stronger and better. Make the most of Convocation today, Welcome Week, and your first semester at the University of Minnesota. And now, please stand if you are able for the President, Provost, members of the Board of Regents, and the faculty of the University of Minnesota, and remain standing for the national anthem.
so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
President Eric Kaler is the 16th president of the University of Minnesota.
An alumnus of the U of M, he is committed to academic excellence, access to the university for all qualified students, and local and global public engagement.
And now it's time to welcome our president, President Eric Kaler.
Good morning, everyone. Come on, good morning. Thank you. Audience participation is very important in college. On behalf of the Board of Regents, our nearly 4,000 faculty members and more than 20,000 staff, the other 40,000 students on campus, and the almost 500,000 living Twin Cities campus alumni around the world, welcome to the University of Minnesota. We are so very happy that you are here, the class of 2022. Let me introduce to you the members of our governing board, our regents who are with us today. Regent Tom Anderson, Linda Cohen, Michael Shue, Dean Johnson, Peggy Lucas, Abdul Omari, and Stephen Sviggum. I'm also very happy that Simran Mishra, the president of the Minnesota Student Association, your president now, and our undergraduate student government leader is with us here on stage. President Mishra, thank you for your advocacy on the part of our students. And a special thank you to the amazing gang of Welcome Week leaders. How about a cheer for your Welcome Week leaders? Now, by now, your mind may be wandering. You may be thinking about how hard your first class on Tuesday is going to be, Or what's for dinner tonight? Or will I really get along with this kind of weird roommate that I have? Or how badly are the Gophers going to beat New Mexico State tonight? The answer to that, by the way, is badly, so just come watch. That's all going through your mind, I suspect, but some of you are probably looking at me and thinking, why is this guy and all the faculty and university leaders sitting up here dressed like Harry Potter? Well, these robes, caps, and hoods we're all wearing here represent many things, many disciplines, and many institutions. And more importantly, they symbolize the value we place on this convocation and on your entrance into this powerful realm we call academia. We're dressed like this to emphasize and honor the history of this university and all of higher education. Today, you are not just starting college. You're entering a global tradition that is filled with dignity and ritual, including the tradition of wearing regalia like this, which is a custom that dates back almost 700 years. The robe can represent the university a person is now working for. So, for instance, a Minnesota professor can have a maroon gown like this one, or they can also be black, and many of them are. The 3 velvet bars on my arm say that I've earned a PhD. And then there's this hood, this thing around my neck and my back. And that represents the institution from which I received my PhD. And indeed, those are the colors of the University of Minnesota, because I am a proud alumnus. Others on this stage are wearing the colors of their universities. And the tassel on my cap, or what we call a tam, is gold because it's a PhD cap, as are many of our faculty and university leaders on stage today. So regalia like this is worn on significant academic occasions such as this one. And this is a significant event because in many ways, you're very special because more than 40,000 high school seniors from all 87 counties of Minnesota and from across the nation and the world applied to be with you here at this convocation. And it's particularly significant because only you made it. And significant to me because exactly 40 years ago, some of you even made it to our College of Science and Engineering. Where are our College of Science and Engineering students? There we go. Some of you are from CBS. Some the College of Design. From CEHD. That's a loud college. To CLA. That's a big college. From CFANS. And from the Carlson School. Did I miss anyone? I did one year miss a college, I must admit. I don't think I did that again. To all our faculty and leaders, you are all our favorite colleges. Now, if I might, allow me to pause for just a moment in the celebration and share with you some of the core values of this university. We have a glorious history, but like any institution, it's a history that we need to closely examine, sometimes question, and profoundly understand. We were actually here before there was a state of Minnesota. We've been here while new faces, new languages, and new cultures arrived and transformed Minnesota, making our state and our university an even richer place to live and to learn. I want to be perfectly clear about our values. First, our university is committed to creating a welcome and respectful campus climate. That means there is no place for hate, and we do not tolerate bigotry. And I assure you that it is a priority of mine that this campus will be a place for all to be welcome, all to be safe, and all to learn and grow. We share responsibility for equity and diversity, and that's everybody's everyday work. And the fact is that as a University of Minnesota student, you are now charged with making your own history. And as you do that, I urge you to recognize that there is a big difference between book knowledge and common sense. You're entering a new zone of personal responsibility and accountability here on our campus. Please, please be smart about the choices you make in this new world we call the U. Smart choices in the classroom, smart choices in social situations, smart choices in Dinkytown and Stadium Village late at night. Smart choices on social media. And remember, one mistake, one bad decision can last a lifetime. Be safe, be open-minded, and do some fun stuff. Join a club, study abroad, volunteer, join an intramural team or a musical group. Engage with students like you, but more importantly, engage with students who are different from you. And of course, wherever you go, wear maroon and gold. Be Gopher fans, like at our volleyball matches tomorrow or tonight at our football and soccer games. Learn how to say with conviction, "Go Gophers." And this is very important, and I say this from the bottom of my heart. Be so careful to avoid those other, far less attractive rodents when they wander aimlessly on our campus. You know, those like wolverines or badgers. Be careful around them. But know this, in the next unforgettable 4 years, all of us here, the faculty, university leadership, our staff, our regents, expect you to work hard, succeed, and cross the finish line. Class of 2022, welcome and thank you for being at the U. Now let me direct you to the white envelopes you were handed as you walked into Mariucci Arena. Pick those up. I have a very complicated set of directions. Open the envelope. That tassel is a symbol of your class of 2022. Hang it where you will see it every day. Hang it as a reminder that graduating in 4 years is your goal and it's our goal. And if you'd like, post a picture of your 2022 tassel on your favorite social media site. And I know that many of you are planning to reconvene in May of 2022 when you will get the chance to celebrate wearing the regalia of the University of Minnesota graduate. Class of 2022, good luck and Godspeed.
Tell us about your transition to the U.
The 3 words that describe my first semester at the U are confusing, challenging, and enlightening.
Exciting, overwhelming, and confusing.
Adventurous, social. Can I say SCOLA as one of my words?
Growing, challenging, and exciting.
Arrive, survive, and thrive.
Resilience, independence, and exciting.
Apprehension, involvement, and eye-opening.
Be brave, say hi, sit next to strangers in lecture, and strike up a conversation.
The most important advice I received in college was to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
As an international student, I was really nervous about the winters. Don't be scared about that. You'll figure it out and find the clothes you need to keep yourself warm.
It's okay to ask for help, whether from professors or students. People are willing to help. If something's not clicking, chances are other people are just as confused as you are.
They should know that it's okay to fail. And at first, it might seem like failure is part of your daily routine, but trust yourself and the process. Everything is a learning experience.
Something I wish I knew my first year would be some of the modes of transportation around campus, such as the Gopher chauffeur and the U-Pass.
Oh man, I wish I knew a little bit more about time management. You're gonna have plenty of time to do your work, but you wanna make sure you're using it. Doing things the night before works for some people, but papers and lab reports feel much more manageable if you spread them out even just a little bit.
Take the time to explore the beautiful Twin Cities. As an out-of-state student, I'd never visited the cities before. I was amazed by how beautiful it was.
It's okay to talk about the struggles I faced with transitioning to college, academically, mentally, and socially. It's okay to not follow the crowd. You have to follow what you're passionate about and do what you love.
You sometimes find your voice and your calling through the darkest of times. The unknown has its own beauty. Trust it.
Quinessa Stibbins graduated in 2018 with a Bachelor of Science degree in apparel design and a minor in social justice. During her time at the U, Quinessa received the College of Design's Committee's Choice Award for her commitment to leadership and diversity. Her love of working with students pushed Quinessa to seek out different teaching and leadership opportunities. She worked as a teacher's assistant at Southside Family Charter School, an elementary school with social justice-themed curriculum in South Minneapolis, and participated in a summer program that seeks to diversify the industry by teaching undeserved students how to design. Quinessa also served as an orientation leader and a Welcome Week leader. Her passions include racial equity, mental health, and celebrity gossip in no particular order. Quinessa specializes in performance costumes and currently works as a product development assistant at Kelly Company, a dancewear company in New Hope, Minnesota. Please welcome Quinessa Stibbins.
Hi. So this is the part where I, an alumna with my 3 months of post-grad knowledge, stand in front of you, pretending I have my life together to tell you all the things that you need to know as first-year students. So here I go. First, you should know that life is full of choices. You don't have to limit yourself to just ice cream cones in the dining hall, okay? Add root beer, bam, root beer float. Take the cookies, ice cream sandwich. You're only limited by your imagination, and the possibilities are endless. Second, at some point you will run to catch a campus connector, and at some point they will leave you. A devastating blow, but we've all been there, so consider it a rite of passage. No, really though, I was racking my brain thinking about what I could possibly say that would have the best chance at positively impacting your college career, and that's a lot of pressure. I can't tell you how to experience college. I can only tell you my story. And while that bio makes me sound super prestigious and cool, and it should because I wrote it, it doesn't accurately depict how difficult my journey was. In school, I struggled a lot with my mental and physical health. I was pushing myself past my limits because, full disclosure, I was here on scholarship, and doing well was imperative. My goal was getting to wear the tassel that I got at my convocation. And like Drake, I was here for a good time, not a long time, but I wasn't having a good time. The self-imposed pressure of being a good student took a huge toll on my body and mind, and balancing all of that just became too much for me. So after my first semester, I gave serious consideration to dropping out. But the thought was really disheartening because I had joined a student group and I made lots of friends, and I staked my claim on a really good study spot that I was quite frankly not willing to give up. But it was hard and I was hurting. And people kept telling me that I could make it work. I just had to utilize my resources and practice self-care. You're going to hear that phrase a lot, practice self-care. It's one of those buzzwords that you hear so much that it starts to lose meaning, mostly because you didn't really know what it meant in the first place. Then you quickly start to replace it with your own morphed definition. So my version of self-care as a first-year student was do-it-yourself face masks and using my scholarship refund check to buy tickets to the One Direction concert because I had a rough year and I deserved it. I remembered people shouting all of these resources at me, but you don't really know them until you need them, and I needed them. So my modified version of self-care included going to the Disability Resource Center. There I met with a consultant and we talked through accommodations I needed so that I didn't have to sit in class and suffer. Self-care was adding a course through the Center for Spirituality and Healing to help manage my stress. I learned that my well-being comes first and that my limitations don't mean that I can't do things. It just means that I have to do them differently. These actions were relevant to my situation, and it's not going to be the same for everyone, but they helped me to shape a more genuine understanding of self-care. Self-care is a set of habits put in place by you to prioritize your mental, emotional, and physical health. Not just in the good times, not just when it's convenient, but all the time. And getting to graduation is a huge accomplishment, but how you get there, who you are when you get there, and what you're left with in the end is what matters. There's a difference between working and overworking. Not eating because you can't afford to take a break from studying doesn't make you a good student. It just makes you hungry. You can do well and be engaged without destroying yourself in the process. Knowing and taking care of yourself can only help you to succeed. So don't burn yourself out focusing only on getting to wear those shiny new tassels. When I started putting my well-being first, that's when I started designing the work that I was most proud of. College isn't something that you should just get through. It is an incredible privilege to be here, in higher education in general, and specifically at this university. So uplift yourself so you can use that privilege to uplift others. Now, I know you're tired of me talking about my college experience, so I'm going to wrap it up. But I'd like to leave you with a few pieces of advice. Ask for help when you need it. Don't spend your scholarship refund check on concert tickets. And as my favorite campus connector driver once said, if you can't be good, be safe. Thanks.
Karen Hansen is the Executive Vice President and Provost at the University of Minnesota.
She is a proud graduate of the U of M with research interests in philosophy of mind, ethics, and American philosophy.
Please welcome Provost Karen Hansen.
Good morning. I am delighted to be here with all of you this morning to mark the beginning of what promises to be one of the most transformative times of your lives. I realize some of you may be asking yourselves, what is a provost? The title is a bit of Anglo-American university jargon. It just means I'm a faculty member who, as an administrator, is the university's chief academic officer. That means I oversee the colleges and schools, the faculty hiring and development, and recruitment and education of students. What I really do is work for you, to see that you're taught by superb faculty, that you're supported in your aspirations, and that you're able to get the best education possible. Now, although my colleagues and I are deeply committed to your success, please know that we can't simply hand it to you. The university is a rich resource, but you have to use it. You have to seize the opportunities it offers. One of those opportunities is to get to know your fellow students. Look around you today. This arena is filled with thousands of bright young people, each of whom has an interesting and distinctive path to this moment, and each of whom has a bright future in store. You're sitting among your collegiate peers, and while I encourage you to get to know them, you should also make an effort to meet more students from other colleges. I assure you, you'll meet people with extraordinary talents who will one day become leaders in their professions and leaders in our communities. But don't be intimidated, because it's certain that others are looking to you for inspiration as well. The extraordinary is all around you and in you. I can assure you that you'll meet people who will be important to you for the rest of your lives. I know this from personal experience. I grew up at the University of Minnesota. My father was on the faculty for a long time. My parents and brothers, my cousins, my aunts and uncles, they all went to the University of Minnesota. As my introduction noted, I earned my bachelor's degree here with a double major in philosophy and mathematics, CLA. And I also met my husband here when I was an undergraduate and he was a PhD student. The University of Minnesota changed all our lives for the better, and it has the power to change yours too. Another opportunity lies in the fact that you're at a research university, which means you'll be studying with some of the world's leading academics. Many of the faculty teaching your classes are also pushing the frontiers of their disciplines, creating new knowledge. Catch the excitement of the research enterprise. The University of Minnesota community is driven to discover. Be a part of that evergreen quest for truth. Remember, too, that as you seek new knowledge, as you seek truth, you may well find yourself outside of your comfort zone, both in and out of the classroom. Don't be afraid of this. Don't be afraid to question common expectations and assumptions, your own and those of others. You'll find yourself having challenging conversations. Value that. It's critically important that we together have these frank conversations, that we consider our responsibilities to one another, and nurture a culture that respects diverse perspectives and opinions. Universities are dedicated to exactly this sort of humane challenge, and we ask that you participate in the collective effort to open our eyes and our ears and our hearts. In fact, one of our many student groups is making real strides in this area. The Bipartisan Issues Group fosters open discussion on contentious topics, confident that we learn the practical skills that support healthy, respectful discussions, and committed to the importance of these discussions in a free and democratic society. But remember that the opportunity to learn from forthright discussion is in front of you every single day. You also have special opportunities at this public university with our many and varied obligations to the citizens of our state. You can learn so much from the communities around us. Please seek out ways to participate in service learning opportunities and in other outreach and engagement work. And always remember that the state and the community is investing in you. I'll close by reminding you to be proud. Take pride in this university. Today's convocation is the first step in building that pride. And take pride in your education. You do that by owning it, earning it. We have great confidence in you. You should feel proud that you're here, embarking on a great intellectual adventure. We want you to flourish. And in 4 years, we want you to look back with enormous pride and satisfaction in all you've accomplished. I hope you will love your undergraduate experiences at the University of Minnesota as much as I loved mine. It's a fabulous place to learn and grow. So thank you, and my very best wishes to each and every one of you.
What about student success?
My first mistake at the U was trying to get involved in too many student organizations that just didn't really fit me. What I learned was that it's more about quality over quantity and finding the right fit.
After taking the first round of midterms, I discovered that my high school habits were no longer working for me. And after talking with some of my friends around me and discovered that they were going through some of the same things, we decided to form study groups and study together for our upcoming exams.
My friends and I actually took a professor out to lunch one day, and the professor that we took out to lunch studies marine biology, and she talked a lot about her research and how interesting it was, and she was the one who actually pushed me to get my scuba diving certification.
It made me feel like these professors really care about you and that you're not just another face in the crowd.
In my sophomore year, I was able to take an internship class, and I was also able to connect with an instructor who also works at the Institute on the Environment, and now she's my coworker.
I was really nervous about being able to find my classes, and to make matters worse, it was actually pouring rain.
I was nervous about everything. From classes, I didn't know what a GPA meant, to just American culture in general.
One of the ways that I learned to become successful academically was learning that it's okay to ask for help. For me, that was going to the Smart Learning Commons and utilizing the peer tutoring.
My academic advisor has helped me overcome challenges, develop confidence in myself, and even help me plan out my future.
I try to visit office hours once a week. Not only is talking through the course content useful, it also allows me to form lasting relationships with professors and my instructors.
Ann Maston is a Regents Professor and the Irving B. Harris Professor of Child Development at the University of Minnesota. She completed her undergraduate degree at Smith College. her PhD at the University of Minnesota in psychology, and her clinical internship at UCLA. She studies resilience in children, families, and communities faced with trauma, war, disaster, homelessness, and other adversities. She is the author of Ordinary Magic, Resilience in Development, and regularly teaches a MOOC, Mass Open Online Course, on resilience in children exposed to trauma, disaster, and war, Global Perspectives. Professor Maston directs one of the university's Grand Challenge projects working with partners across the state to address student homelessness. She teaches a spring undergraduate course on issues faced by children and youth in societies around the world. Please welcome Ann Maston.
Hello, everyone out there, and welcome. As you just heard, I study resilience and human development. The U is famous for research on resilience, and I came here originally as a graduate student to study with one of the pioneers in this field. I'm not one of those people who figured out what they wanted to do in kindergarten. When I started college, I would have been flabbergasted to know that I would end up on this podium as a professor talking at this convocation. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I could tell you a good story looking backward about the seamless progression in my life, but the reality is more about unexpected challenges and opportunities, mentors who inspired me to rise above my own expectations, family and friends who stuck by me through the painful and embarrassing moments, and teachers who took me seriously enough to critique my terrible writing when I started college. Today I want to share a few of the lessons I learned about resilience along the way and the opportunities you have here to expand your own resilience for life. Resilience refers to the capacity for adapting to adversities and challenges. This idea can be applied to any complex system, a person, a family, a community, a society, an economy. We're all hoping the planet has the resilience to adapt to climate change. Resilience is not something you're born with or a singular trait like grit. It grows and changes over time. I've studied resilience in young people who have survived genocide, hurricanes, homelessness, family or community violence, and many other kinds of trauma. There's great diversity in their resources and cultures, but remarkable consistency in the protective influences you discover that help them endure, recover, and thrive. For example, they had people they could count on, hope about the future, a sense of purpose, self-discipline, and opportunities to do something useful. Resilience depends on many social interactions with other people, parents, friends, family, teachers, mentors, and colleagues all through life. A human brain in good working order is one of the most powerful resilience engines on the planet, providing us with the capacity to learn from our mistakes, to develop relationships, to hope and believe, to recognize and seize on opportunities, to get up after falling down, to find resources, and many other adaptive activities. But you're not born with a fully developed brain ready to respond to any emergency. Humans are so adaptable because our capabilities are shaped by the experiences we have in life, including adversity. Stress and other challenging experiences are essential for the optimal development of resilience. Like your immune system, some challenges are required for people to develop their full potential for resilience. But too much stress can be overwhelming. It's important to balance challenges with resources and protections and to get prepared for unexpected shocks. Resilience science suggests that the college years are a window of opportunity for enhancing resilience and changing life in a more positive or desirable direction. For many of you in the class of 2022, these are transition years into adulthood. For others coming a bit later in life, these are direction-changing years. In any case, there are enormous opportunities here to learn new skills, discover new interests, and meet new friends and mentors. It's a big place, so just finding your way around is educational. It's crucial to find smaller arenas of comfort and for socializing and learning. The array of choices here is truly astonishing. Dance clubs, sport teams, cultural and political groups, arts and theater, research and professional organizations. Scope out all the activities during Paint the Bridge later on in September. Take the time to nurture relationships. Relationships are the primary source of resilience for human beings. We are a social species. Many students form lifetime friendships during college. Get to know a few professors well. Ask questions, go to office hours, volunteer for a research project, apply for a UROP. That's an undergraduate research opportunity. They actually pay you for that. Request an informational interview, ask for advice, attend university events along with faculty. And by the way, when you email faculty at the beginning, start things off with "Dear Professor," rather than "Hey, Ann." Take classes outside your comfort zone that are novel or intriguing to you. There are many new courses on this campus designed to encourage interdisciplinary collaboration and work on grand challenges, such as ending world hunger or closing the achievement gap. Watch your stress level. Manageable challenges are great for enhancing resilience, but too much stress is counterproductive. Make time for friends, get enough sleep, exercise, eat real food, and relax some of the time. If stress is getting away from you, get help. There are many resources on this campus for all kinds of assistance. This university offers a wealth of opportunities for shaping your resilience as well as your career. And the future is going to need all the capacity you develop to weather the coming storms. We live in turbulent times of accelerating disasters, wars, and political upheaval. There are more refugees now around the world than ever before, and the climate refugees have barely begun to flee for safety. The resilience of our societies and the planet is going to require your know-how, your voices, your actions, and your leadership. The future depends on your resilience. But remember that developing your resilience can be fun, so go for it. Thank you.
Simran Mishra is a rising senior at the Carlson School of Management. She is majoring in finance and minoring in global studies, math, and business analytics. Simran is currently serving as the president of the Minnesota Student Association, which is the undergraduate student government. In her free time, she enjoys reading short stories, practicing yoga, and spending time with family and friends. Please welcome Simran Mishra.
Welcome, class of 2022. Not too long ago, I was sitting right where you are, a little nervous, a little overwhelmed, but really excited. Little did I know that this campus here would become my home, and all the friends I would make would become my family. I am beyond thrilled and a little jealous that you get to all embark on your journeys at the U, and I hope that you make the most of your time here by getting involved in the wide breadth of opportunities that are available. For me, making the most of my time meant working to better our university and giving back to the student body. This is why I chose to get involved in the Minnesota Student Association, or MSA, which is the undergraduate student government. I remember when I was 8 years old, I moved halfway across the world from India to the US. This transition turned my world upside down. Leaving your friends, your family members, leaving your home behind is no easy feat. And I know this is relatable to many of you because it's what you're doing right now. At the time, it was my peers, my friends, who helped me find a voice in my community. They helped me find a place in our community. And since then, I've always strived to pay it forward. and my involvement in MSA, the Minnesota Student Association, has allowed me to do just that. MSA works tirelessly to represent the student voice and enact meaningful change on campus. But it's not just student government. Student leadership at the U as a whole is immensely impactful, but it comes in many, many different forms. We, as a student body, have advocated for the adoption of affirmative consent policy at the U. We have helped pass medical amnesty at the state. We have launched successful startups. We have raised thousands of dollars for charity. We have published groundbreaking research. We have done all of this, and we will do much, much more. Class of 2022, I am excited to see all the change you bring to our campus. Selfishly, I want you all to get involved in MSA, but I'm also excited to see you get involved in other kinds of activities like Greek life, cultural groups, our school newspaper, anything you're interested in, really. Just one thing, be intentional about what you choose to dedicate yourself to. It's easy to go along with your friends when they're going over to a club, or just do something because you think it'll look good on your resume. But your time is valuable. And leadership is much more than just a title or a position. Leadership is action and it's passion. With that, I wish you the best of luck in your first years, and welcome home, Gophers.
Finding your place at the U.
In my first computer programming lab, this girl came in late and there were no computers left, so she sat down next to me so that we could work on the lab together, and we just immediately clicked.
I made my first friend at Welcome Week when we played an icebreaker. The other events at Welcome Week really allowed us to become closer friends while making new friends along the way.
I met my first friend over the Facebook page for my class. We shared many interests and competed in some of the same sports, so I messaged her. We soon met for coffee and formed a strong friendship.
So as a person of color on campus, I knew that I was looking for people who looked like me. By joining MK Kickoff in the beginning, it helped me, to get out of my comfort zone. And thanks to that, I joined our Black Student Union.
When we made the M during Pride and Spirit at Welcome Week, that's when I really knew that I belonged here at the University of Minnesota.
And now here's Band Director Betsy McCann to share another way students are involved on campus.
Good morning, class of 2022. I am here this morning to introduce you all to 325 of my very favorite people. Class of 22, that's your University of Minnesota Marching Band. Good morning, band. Band, you may stand at ease. Good morning. I'm Betsy McCann, and I'm the director of the University of Minnesota Marching Band. Our students have been on campus for between 1 and 2 weeks, and they have put in over 140 hours getting ready to perform for you last night, this morning, and of course tonight at the game. Many of these band members are in the class of 22. Will those band members raise your instruments to introduce yourselves to your classmates? You have heard a lot today about getting involved and following your passions. These students are doing that, and the great thing is that they're doing it regardless of their major. You do not have to just do activities within your major either. For example, you don't have to be a music major to be in the marching band or many of our music ensembles on campus. To prove the point, can all of the marching band members who are not music majors raise their instruments? These people are following their passions outside of their majors so they can be a big part of this university and contribute to making this a great place to be. So follow your passion and get involved. You are now a part of this university and its history and tradition. Take hold of the opportunities you will have here, make a difference, and add to our shared history. Speaking of history, many of the things we do here have a very long history. The Rouser, which you have heard and will hear many more times, is over 100 years old. The Block M that you stood in last night, and you will see the band form on the field this evening, is over 100 years old. And the song Hail Minnesota is over 100 years old. If you don't know Hail Minnesota, you will soon. Hail Minnesota is our alma mater. It was written by Minnesota students, and it's a song that current students and alumni all share. We sing it at the end of every football game and at many other events, including your commencement in 4 years. You are now joining a long tradition of new students learning this song. I'd like to invite back our 63rd drum major, Tommy Greco, along with a few of his friends to teach you our alma mater.
Minnesota, hail to thee, our college dear.
Minnesota, hail to thee, our college dear.
Thy light shall ever be a beacon bright and clear.
Thy light shall ever be a beacon bright and clear.
Thy sons and daughters true will proclaim thee near and far.
Thy sons and daughters true will proclaim thee near and far.
They will guard thy fame and adore thy name.
They will guard thy fame and adore thy name.
Thou shalt be their northern star.
Thou shalt be their northern star.
Thank you. Now it's your turn, and you get to join us in singing your alma mater. It is customary to stand and remove your hats for the singing of the alma mater. We have a short intro that we play, and then you can join us in singing Hail, Minnesota. Nice singing. And welcome to the University of Minnesota. You have learned another of your new school songs last night at Pride and Spirit, so let's hear you sing along to your Minnesota Rouser. We have had a great time with you guys this morning, but we have some work to do to get ready for the game tonight. Band, we need to go rehearse. Class of 22, please remain seated, and Stephen Wallace will come up to the microphone and excuse you after we leave. Band, well, let's get back to work.